What is up, YouTube? We are live. And I need to fix my mic once again. Hopefully I don't make it fall over like I did the last time. What is up, Casey? How is it? Up or in the chat early today? I like it. I should have done this before I hit the ghost live button. What is up, Louise? How's it going? How are we doing today, my friends? It is a beautiful Sunday here in Durham. After like 5 days of nasty rain, gloomy weather, we have a marginally sunny day. What is up, Donovan? Adrian, hello. We've got cat and dog noises in the chat. Akila, hello. How is it going? How's it going? Let's see. Let's make sure the stream isn't dying on the other end. All right. We are live on both sides of the aisle. My stupid time thing is messed up again. So we'll take care of that eventually. But it was raining sort of here in Denver. I was in Denver last August, for my birthday. We climbed some mountains up there, and Denver has weird weather. It like has 3 different weather patterns all in like the same like 12-hour period. It'll be like cold in the morning, super duper hot in the afternoon, and then like rainy. I don't know. Denver has some weird weather, man. But it's raining here in Michigan as well. Yeah, I heard it was raining back in Ohio, where I'm from. Donovan, I didn't know you were a Michigan guy. Do you like University of Michigan? Is that your team? Do we need to not be friends anymore? Because I'm a Buckeye. I said your first name, yeah? Just wait 5 minutes and it's changing. Yeah. Adrian, working. What do you do? What do you do on this wonderful Sunday? What is up, Jay? How is it going? Perfect Sunday afternoon conversation time. That's good, Jose. I decided to do something on a weekend to try to let more people join, as opposed to Wednesdays at 5, which are very, very East Coast friendly timing, you know? East Coast US friendly timing. So I decided that I would try something a little different and do a Sunday afternoon. Plus I'll have more energy now because I haven't like gone all day without food or drink. More into esports, I can dig it. What kind of esports, Donovan? Do you like League of Legends? That's the only one that I've ever really watched. I've watched some Overwatch before, but I don't understand it because I've never played Overwatch, so I don't get what's good and what's bad when you're playing esport Overwatch. But I have watched a lot of LCS, League of Legends, and like I haven't watched any MSI this year, but going to school full-time at UM for web development. That's cool. Fraud analyst right now. For like a bank, Adrian? I knew some people who used to do things like that. They would have to like shut people's cards off and then get caught and get yelled at because they were spending like $5,000 out of state or something. It can be if that's the kind of gig you have, it can be a rough gig. So I feel ya. Oh man. Just having a little chat this morning. I wanted to talk about Vue.js because it is coming up a lot in my comments and in a bunch of different things that I keep getting. People are wanting to know about Vue and whether it's worth learning because they hear that it's awesome to learn. And so I kind of want to go over some things with you because I have some feelings about it. And, you know, maybe they're not the most popular opinion. Maybe they are. We'll see. So stick around. Give me advice. I've been waiting for this. I started Node.js courses in Udemy, but I want to work on Facebook. Should I stop Node.js and learn PHP? I'm confused. Do you want to work on Facebook, like with Facebook? Because they use Node at Facebook. They use React. They use a lot of different things at Facebook. If that's what your ultimate goal is working at Facebook, it's not all PHP anymore. I know it was originally built in PHP, but that's not the. I don't even know how much PHP they use anymore. They've developed React, right? They use React on the front end. They use GraphQL. I don't really know how much PHP they use anymore. That's awesome, Donovan. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't watched a ton of esports. It's one of those things where I don't know a lot of the games that are popular in esports for me to be able to understand what it is when they're playing. You know what I mean? It's going good, Brayon. It's going good, my man. For a gift card company based out of Atlanta, but we do shut down cards like credit card fraud and all that fun stuff. Yeah, man, for sure. For a gift card company, that's interesting. Fraud prevention for a gift card company. Pretty wild. See, getting all kinds of buzzes on my phone. Turn that off like that. So yeah, guys. What is everybody in the chat's opinion on Vue? Do you guys know about Vue.js? Are you learning React? Are you learning Angular? Are you learning Vue? Do you want to learn Vue? Do you want to come to my comments and say, hey, Aaron, why do you always say React? Vue's where it's at? Because I have people who do that, who want to say, oh, you didn't even mention Vue. What are you talking about? Vue is where it's at. Which is fine if that's what your opinion wants to be, but I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with you. I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with you. Sunday, fun Sunday. Just give it a couple of more minutes, see if anybody else trickles in. So, should I start with React or Angular or Vue for PWAs? For PWAs, progressive web apps. You can use any of them, really. If you're wanting to build them for yourself, like if you're wanting to build projects on your own that you're going to use, if that's what you're trying to do, then you can use any of them. If you're trying to get a job and you're wanting to build a PWA for like a portfolio to show off to potential employers, then you're going to want to use probably React or Angular. That'll be the point of this discussion. You'll see soon. I'll go ahead and start it now. Whatever. Let's do this. Yeah, so React, right? Aaron, all you talk about is React. Why do you always talk about React? What is up with React? So, this is why I talk about React. React is by far the most popular framework right now when it comes to finding a job. And if you're a self-taught developer, what you need to do is find a job, right? You're trying to find a job. You're trying to have the skills you need to find a job. Well, on the screen right now, if you can see it, is an Indeed job posting board, right? This is job postings, and it ends in 2017, so we can only extrapolate so much, but Vue can only come so much from the bottom here, right? It literally has nothing right now. In July 3rd of 2017. This blue line is React. This is job seeker interest, what people are searching for job-wise. A lot of Angular, all the way up until now. All the way up until December of last year. And then React took over. And if you take a look, you see Node is on the rise and you see Vue's on the rise. People are searching for Vue jobs here. That's really cool. People are searching for Vue jobs. You see it here. But this is what this graph means. This graph means people started, nobody was searching for Vue jobs now, a little bit here, a little bit here. This graph means what hits when you search these things? Nothing. Nothing hits when you search Vue. What does that mean? It means that there aren't any jobs in Vue. So Vue is cool, right? You see a lot of hype about Vue, and you see it because of things like this. Rising stars in JavaScript for 2017. They did this, GitHub did this at the end of 2017, and Vue right here has got 40,000 stars last year on GitHub. 40,000 stars. Oh my God, Vue is taking over the world. That's fine. That's awesome. I feel you. Vue got a lot of hype last year, and I agree. It could be the next big thing. If you want a job, if you want to look for jobs in 2019, Vue might be the one that you need to go for, or in 2020. I don't know. It might be Polymer. Polymer is pretty cool. You guys see Polymer 3? But the problem is that it gets this hype. People are starting it on GitHub. Oh man, Vue's the next hotness. That's great. But if you decide that you want to learn Vue today, that's also great. I'm really happy that you're deciding that you want to learn something. But it's not the thing that's going to get you a job. React, 27.8K stars last year. That's new stars. But it's still the most popular framework out there when it comes to JavaScript. Now, we see here once again Vue, the most popular in stars last year for everything, not just JavaScript frameworks, for everything. Second was React. Third was Create React App, which is the way that you get to do, which is like a starter, like boilerplate for your React code. React Native in at 8th. Yeah? So do you see what I mean? Preact, number 21. Preact is like an even smaller, quicker, blazingly fast version of React. That's what Preact is. Redux, state management solution for the backend for React. Vue is nice. I'm really happy that it's really popular, and it's supposed to be super awesome to learn, super easy to pick up. But if you want to find a job, if you want to get hired, you're not going to be able to get hired as a Vue developer 90% of the time because there aren't any jobs in it. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? I know Vue, I haven't used it because I'm more of an Angular guy because of my job in the mean stack. I'm currently learning Dart and Flutter for Android and iOS development for my company. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I mean, no, I am the person that says you should learn the skill that's going to get you a job. And if I thought Vue would get you a job, I would tell you to learn Vue. But I just don't. It's going to be React or it's going to be Angular. That's just the way it is. Hello, Wilbred. Visit Nepal this summer? I really wish I could. Vue.js will blow up overnight, especially on newly commissioned projects. How many of those are there, though? How many people get jobs in something that's brand new? Right? So what is a newly commissioned project in your mind? A startup is going to start a brand new project right now. They aren't hiring very many people. Or at a company where they are like a digital agency where they're building an app or a web app. Maybe. That might be true. So it's okay, Luis. You can always hit that rewind button. It's similar to Ember, but it will probably go the same way. Ember blew up for a second in fake popularity. Yeah. What is up, Raja? What is up? It makes sense, but does this apply to junior position? Yeah. So if you look at junior positions, almost always they're going to want some sort of framework experience, right? Let's take a look. All right. Let's go back to here. You guys can see my screen, right? Make sure can you see my screen? Junior web developer. I'm trying to look for a company that I know, so I know that it's like an actual web development job and not something silly. Get out of here, Indeed. Get out of here. Let's see. Front end engineer. Well, this one's a 5+ year of web development. Let's see. Actually, I know a better way to do this. Let's just look up JavaScript and then select entry level. And then, all right, JavaScript developer. This is the Piper companies here. They're a recruiting agency. So this is for a junior job, right? This is a junior job. I can tell you right now, it says 2+ years of JavaScript front-end experience in a professional setting. This is a junior job. If you've never had a job before, but you've shown that you can build stuff, this is a classic example of a junior job posting. You should apply to this. You should not shy away from this job because it says 2+ years. Okay. 2+ years of JavaScript front-end experience in a professional setting, knowledge and experience with JavaScript, HTML, CSS. The 3 things we know. Examples of code or work samples. What does that mean? That means you have an active and updated GitHub portfolio and or a portfolio site, a GitHub profile, and then a portfolio site. One of those 2 things. You have work samples on your portfolio, things that they can go and see on the internet, or you have a GitHub site that they can go check your code out. Then React or Angular experience is a plus. React or Angular experience is a plus. That means that you don't necessarily need to have it, but they'd really, really like for you to have it. It's that cherry on top I talk about in one of my videos. Bachelor's degree in computer science or coding school. You don't really need that. It says it. That's a nice to have. A nice to have. You aren't going to be declined from this position because you don't have a bachelor's degree. These are HR written, recruiting agency written requirements. They are putting together wish lists. They don't know exactly what they can get. So this is for a C# job. Yeah. C# JavaScript. Interesting. Yeah. Visual Basic, PowerShell. This job is, I wouldn't want that. All right, let's see here. Another front-end web developer, downtown Durham, digital health company, 1+ years of professional experience in front-end web development, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, with at least one front-end framework. And look, React, Angular, or Ember, React is preferred. This is what I'm saying, guys. It's not impossible to get a job because you know the wrong framework from what the other person is, what the company is building, right? It's not impossible to get a job at a place that uses Angular and you learned React, or you learned Angular and they use React. It's not impossible. But it's important to remember that it's just another extra step. It's just another thing that could get in the way. So if all of the jobs in your area are React or all of the jobs in your area are Angular, why not learn that first? I understand that you want to learn something else and you want to do the new cool thing, which is React, which is Vue, right? I was the same way. When I first started learning, Angular 1 was the most popular framework by far, and I really, really wish I'd learned React. But I didn't. But I got my first job because of what I knew and how I learned it. So, should I master math algorithms if my goal is to become expert web developer? Not necessarily, Vince. Algorithms are not used on a day-to-day basis in 90% of web development jobs. Not advanced math algorithms. You can have a whole career being a web developer and not need advanced math. I promise you that. How hard is it to transition to learning one framework or library if you're already familiar with another? It just becomes a little bit easier. If you already know how one framework works, it's easier to learn another one. But like the difference between React and Angular is pretty big, right? They're 2 completely different ideas on how to solve the same problem. But because you know a framework and because you know JavaScript, it's easier to learn other JavaScript related things. It's the same thing as like, it's not easy to just learn Node if you don't know JavaScript, but it's easier to learn Node if you do know JavaScript. But Node solves a completely different problem than what front-end JavaScript does, because front-end JavaScript is just front-end work. Node is a back-end like server-side language. So yeah, it's similarities in syntax, it's similarities in ideas and execution on how to like solve particular problems for sure. Vue.js needs a company backing. That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, right? That's the hard part for Vue is that Angular has Google and Facebook has React, and Vue is just some dudes. And I know that sounds bad, but I don't mean it to sound bad, right? It's just the way of the world. It's just the way of the world. Raja, I don't review dev portfolios like on stream. That's a that's a that's just something that I've never done. Also, I'm not like perfect with the dev portfolios. Yeah, I have a video about it if you want to check it out with some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my time. But I personally don't review them on the streams. You can feel free to send it to me though on Instagram or whatever. I'm looking at 3 different boot camps in San Diego when I get out of the military. What do you think separates a good boot camp from a bad one? The big thing for me that separates a good boot camp from a bad one is whether or not the people who graduate from it get jobs or not. Can they place people in getting a job or not? Now, there are some things that like can make you think that they do better than others, right? If the boot camp has a job or money back guarantee, some boot camps have this. Some boot camps have where if you go to the boot camp and you graduate and you don't get a job within 3 or 6 months, they'll give you your money back for the boot camp. So check to see if they have that. If they have that, that's a really cool deal, right? It's a lot less risk on your end. Try to talk to graduates. Try to read reviews online and try to talk to graduates. If they will let you talk to your instructor in person, and if they will give you the email of graduates and let you email them separately and independently, that is a good sign. Any opinions on Udacity? I currently do not have any opinions on Udacity. I'm not a Udacity user, although I've heard good things from other people. Ricky Garcia did a series about Udacity, like nano degree programs, on his channel. If you want to check that out, it's Ricky Garcia. I've never used it, so I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other. The products that I use to learn are going to be Team Treehouse and Udemy. Those are the two that I use, and it's not because they're necessarily the best, but they're just they are the ones that I learned to use first. So, oh no, the questions don't have to be about Vue. I just had a little rant that I needed to go on about Vue because I got a couple of emails back to back about being a React fanboy, so I needed to get something off my chest. Do you use Create React App when starting your professional React apps? What do you think about Create React App? I use Create React App, yeah. Yeah, we use it. It's nice. It's boilerplate, right? It takes out all of the non-development-y steps from creating a React app. It takes away having to configure Webpack, and it takes away having to configure like CSS transpilers and all of that stuff. I enjoy it. I think it is very useful. Create React App. It makes things simple. Now, there are certain times where you probably wouldn't want to use it, and I can understand that. I don't know what those times are. They're probably a little bit more advanced for me than I know. I would guess there are probably possibly some like security concerns or something like that, but yeah. So the mic is a CAD CAD-U37 microphone, and the camera right now is just my webcam from my MacBook Pro. Unfortunately, I bought a capture card to be able to use my like camera, which is currently stuck under my desk. I bought a capture card to be able to use it, but I need a second monitor to pull it off, so it's unfortunate. Are you going to already have any Udemy courses? Any Udemy courses that I've taken a ton of Udemy courses. Any Udemy courses that I've made, I have not. Will I in the future? Possibly, but that's a long ways off. I am not, I'm not the kind of, I'm not at the point in my career right now where I feel like it's appropriate for me to be teaching, other people. You know what I mean? I'm still a junior in this, for the most part. I can build some cool stuff, but I am by no means perfect in the development world. So, What is up, Richard Codes? If you guys don't know, Richard Codes runs a pretty awesome coding Instagram channel, runs a really awesome coding YouTube channel. Check Mr. Richard Codes out. How's it going, man? The best Udemy course on React, in my opinion, I have two that I like a lot. Stephen Greider's React course, Stephen Greider, and Andrew Mead. If you haven't, check the links in the descriptions of any of my videos other than this one, because I don't put them on live streams for some reason. But yeah, just go to one of my videos and click on the React courses that I leave in the descriptions, because those are the ones that I've taken that I personally can vouch for are good and useful. Sorry, that's not about Vue. Oh yeah, no, I know. I wasn't saying anything bad, Abdo. Yeah, I understand. You can ask whatever you want, man. No worries, no worries. Thanks for the kind words, man. I was just saying, yeah, you don't have to ask questions when it comes to React. Absolutely not. Or wait, you don't have to ask questions when it comes to Vue. We can talk about anything. It don't matter. Yeah. So I hope that Vue stuff makes sense to you guys. I hope that didn't seem like I was being a little, I don't know, assholey. Because I just don't want you guys being sold snake oil or being sold, I don't know how to say it, right? So this is my fear. It's that Vue is popular right now, in the sense that a lot of people look at Vue from afar and say, hey, that looks really cool. I want to be able to use that someday. I want to be able to learn that. That looks really cool. That's how Vue's popular right now. Vue's popular in the sense that, like, a Porsche is popular. There's only so many Porsches in the world because not everybody can afford them. It's not popular in the sense that, like, people are actually using it on a day-to-day basis to make projects that they are getting paid to make. That's just how it is. So what I'm telling you is you can go out and you can learn Vue. And it may help you find a job. It will be good for you to learn it and to get it to a point where you can say that you've built projects in a JavaScript framework. But the job that you get after you learn Vue, I can almost guarantee you will have nothing to do with Vue. You won't be using Vue in it. That's my point. How much vanilla JavaScript do you think someone should know before learning React? You should be able to build simple projects with like vanilla JavaScript. I think so, like building like a to-do app, or like a simple JavaScript like memory game, or being able to fetch data from an API and display that on the page with JavaScript and or jQuery if you're learning jQuery. Being able to interact with APIs with vanilla JavaScript is nice to know, because you're going to be doing that pretty much anyway if you're learning React, unless you want to use like a third-party library. Yeah, you should be able to loop through arrays. Know some ES6 syntax. You should know const and let and the class syntax, because you need those to do React. The spread operator, learning ES6 stuff. So like a basic understanding of JavaScript. You don't need to know every function, every method. Like if you can't write filter, like if you can't do a filter statement off the top of your head every time, you're not gonna like not be able to learn React, right? But you should be able to understand what like filter and map do, like these ES6 array iterators and stuff like that, if that makes sense. You're welcome, Stubborn Cajun. And yeah. What's your opinion on Polymer in the future for it? It's a good question. That's a really good question. See, Polymer, this is Polymer 3, right? And Polymer 1 and Polymer 2 were supposed to be completely and totally revolutionary, and they were supposed to just completely change the game. Polymer 3, now let me tell you, okay, so this is my opinion about it. When I first read what Polymer 3 is intended to do, it's mind-blowing and it's entirely game-changing, and it will be crazy. It'll be crazy if they pull it off. I just don't know that they're going to pull it off. And I don't know how close it is, right? Like, how close are we for Polymer 3 to have all of this stuff native? I don't know. But it does seem pretty crazy and pretty awesome. And it could change everything. It could change everything. Donovan always hanging out in the chat, Richard. Always. Always, always, always. So yeah, guys. What are we feeling on this beautiful Sunday? Are we feeling... Anybody working on anything? Anybody got any projects they are putting off to be here at the live stream? Richard, how's your portfolio site going? I know you're building a portfolio site. My boy Ramsey Jordan isn't here. It's shocking to see him not here. I wonder what time on the weekends are good for the most people. Need to do more market research on live streaming and when it's good. That's what I should do. I should do that. I should release like a state of the union survey and get your guys' opinions on what times are good for you and stuff like that. Where you guys are located, kind of take a census of the community. Would that be all right? Would you guys be down for that? Put together just a little Google form, have you fill it out. What is up, Nuzair? What is up, Ms. Mirza? I'm working on some boring WordPress site for client, learning Laravel to have some fun. Nice. Laravel is something I haven't looked into too much. I need to figure it out. I need to figure out some Laravel more. Although I don't know if I want to get stuck in PHP world. Do I want to get stuck in PHP world, friends? Friends who know PHP, do I want to get stuck in PHP world? Or should I stick to lovely old Node? You tell me. I know a little PHP to like do WordPress stuff, but not like building out a full Laravel. Like, yeah. Doing my portfolio as we speak. I will send you a sneak peek just working on the Ajax calls with WordPress now. That's what's up, Richard. That is what's up. I'm excited to see. Working on a forum using Laravel. That's cool, man. This Laravel, so much Laravel love in the chat. I'm trying to talk about Vue. We talk about Laravel. What is up, Mad Lead? How is it going, my man? Yeah, Ramsey must be at church, man. I don't know. It's 1:38. Where's Ramsey at? That man finally did send me an email, though. If you've been following along in the Ramsey Aaron journey of messaging, he finally did send me an email. The fast is going well. It's going well, sir. Thank you. How are you? How are you doing today? I am making it work, though. I'm going on a React internship in Shanghai, China this summer. So excited. Your channel is one of those that excites me. You're a fan from Egypt. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Shanghai is a far away from Egypt, Abdo. But that is exciting. Congratulations. Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. I hear Shanghai is awesome. When I was in undergrad, one of my friends did an architectural internship in Shanghai, and he absolutely loved it. So have a good time. See lots of awesome things. Oh no, my computer's gonna die. BRB. I have to plug my computer up. And we're back. All right. Where did we leave off? Junior. I'm in Raleigh, NC. I recently turned your notifications on, so now I can catch your live streams. That's what's up, Junior. That's what's up. Welcome to the live stream. Where in Raleigh are you? I'm over in Durham, so we're not too far apart. Yeah, Mirza stays commenting. He stays commenting, stays checking him out. Working on React Node and React Native. I love React Native, man. I need to get into it more. I need to do more stuff with it. I love it. Any idea what programming language to hack like the CIA or the NSA? If I told you, Vince, if I told you how to hack like the CIA or the NSA, I'd have to come destroy you. Full ass hipster coder at the moment. Raja. I don't know, man. I think, isn't Vue the hipster stuff now? Isn't Vue the hipster stuff? I think so. I think so. Finish learning JavaScript and jQuery syntax. What's next? Well, if you learn JavaScript, did you learn ES5 or ES6? Learn that new JavaScript. And then when you get that, check out framework, React, Angular, Vue, if you missed the first part of this live stream. Mad Lead, I'm from Ohio originally, but I live in North Carolina now. Yes, sir. Are you in North Carolina, Mad Lead? Mirza, mashallah, are you fasting as well? Planning to learn React, that's what's up, my man, that is what's up. Right across from PNC Arena by Post Park at Wade. I know where you're at, my man. I know. I've never been to PNC Arena, fun fact. I've never been to a Hurricanes game, never been to a concert there, none of this. What is up, Angel? From New York City, my favorite place on earth. If I could be anywhere in the world, it would be New York City. I love it. God, I miss New York. How did you get your first 200 subscribers? Grinding, man. Putting up very, very terrible videos. Have you seen my early videos? Have you seen my first videos? They are so bad. What I used to do was I had my iPhone 6S Plus, right? And I would take my computer and a stack of stuff. Like I have a little like chest, and then I have like a bunch of like shoe boxes or whatever. And I would take them and I would take my phone and I'd stick it right in the in the corner of my laptop like that, and use that as a tripod on my desk. And I'd sit here and I'd talk and I'd be awkward. Hi, I'm Aaron and Beta, and welcome to my channel. I just wanted to let you guys know that, but you know, you make some videos, you get your tags in really well, you make interesting titles that people are going to click on. The way that, honestly, all joking aside, the way that I got my first 200 subscribers, there's kind of two stories. One is that I got kind of connected with some other creators, and so we all kind of promoted each other's channels, but that was on a different platform, or it was on a different kind of subset of YouTube. So I did some author and like National Novel Writing Month videos, and so there was that group of people, and that got me a bunch of subscribers in the early days. And then also I made a video that was something that people search a lot for, and it was good enough that people watched it and people liked it and people commented on it. And once it started to like creep up in likes and comments, it like just zoomed and it took off. And that's how I got like my first 1,000 subscribers. It just like skyrocketed. And that video is the video that I did. Here, I'll look up. It's like skills you need to be a front-end web developer. So it's a simple title, but it's a title that people search for. Skills you need to be a front-end web developer. And it showed up. The reason why it took off is because it showed up. If you searched that exact search term, it was the second result. So it blew up. Did it take you a whole lot of time to render videos? In the beginning, yeah, because I was using an old computer. If you're talking about like through iMovie, yeah. Uploading them to YouTube isn't bad though. They tend to go pretty quick. Yeah, Junior, I was awkward as a mess, man. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know where to look. I was just a little kid, even though it was only a year ago. I just didn't know what to do. I wanted to be Casey Neistat and didn't know how to do it. So, but thanks for watching them. I guess I'm sorry that they're still up. I think about deleting some of them or like whatever. Every once in a while. The door just got closed. I'm being too loud. What is up, Larry G? I still need to hit you back on my emails. I got your email. I saw it. I looked at it. I need to hit you back. I am so sorry that I haven't. Learning SQL to get familiar with databases. Thoughts? I mean, that's what's up, man. I don't know jack squat about databases really. I know just the bare minimum, and I need to do better. I need to get my my full stack on. Yeah, Richard, for sure. Those videos turn up though. How to become a web developer in insert year. Roadmap to learning web development in 2018. Yeah, that video is the one that'll get you all of the views. All of the views. And then you just got to keep going, right? Like to get subscribers, you have to keep going. You put out a video, it does well, and then you keep putting out videos, and that's what's going to provide you with momentum. So it's views over a certain amount of time, and then yeah, YouTube momentum is what it is. So you put out a video, you let them ride, and then you put out more videos so that more people watch your videos, and more people start on your video and then watch a bunch of more videos after that. I'm completing a 10-month boot camp where I am learning full stack, JavaScript, React, Node, and PostgreSQL. I already have 2 projects. Any advice to get a job? Apply. Apply. Don't be afraid to apply to jobs. Don't be afraid to apply to jobs that have like big experience numbers on them. Don't be afraid to apply to jobs that that don't seem like they're there for you, in the sense that like if it says you need 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience, don't be afraid to apply to them and have your resume on point and write really, really, really good cover letters for those jobs, and try to appeal to people for what you've done in this boot camp, why you love code, why you love this like particular company, and why you have a passion for this stuff, and why you deserve an opportunity. You have to hustle. You have to hustle hard. What is up, Mick Coder? How is it going? How is it going, sir? Yeah, YouTube SEO there's a whole subset of like YouTube genre for how to grow YouTube channels and stuff like that. I'm not perfect at it, right? I'm not the greatest. I don't follow my own advice. I get burnt out and I stop making videos for a little while, and then it kills my momentum. But yeah. I watched all your videos already. Great content. Keep it up. That's what's up, Angel. Thank you so much for the support. I'm not actually going to delete them. Yeah, I won't actually delete them. It's fine. I'm not that embarrassed by them. They are embarrassing, but I'm not that embarrassed. So. Also studying from Treehouse as well, man. So many languages to learn, and I'm loving it. That's the Treehouse opens up such a big wide net of things that you can possibly learn. So it is pretty good. I enjoy Treehouse very, 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 very much. Based on my experience, what's the minimum knowledge you need to start applying? I know HTML and CSS, currently learning JavaScript. So I know some people who have gotten jobs without knowing any JavaScript, right? Chris Sean did. I'm pretty sure. One of the people who hangs out here in the chat sometimes got a job after only doing this thing for like a month and a half. And he got that job because he wrote a really cool cover letter. And that's no joke. Like, I know I harp on that all the time, but that's no joke. Like, honestly, he was just like, I love this. I'm willing to put in the work. Give me the opportunity. And they were like, cool. HTML and CSS is going to be the bare minimum. But people are like, maybe 1% of people are going to get a job. 10% of people are going to get a job with just HTML and CSS. You need to know some JavaScript, I would say. Some vanilla JavaScript to be able to do some stuff. And if you're going to get a job as a web developer doing like websites, maybe a little bit of jQuery, because there's probably some jQuery code in there. And then having some experience with a framework is nice to have, and it's going to help you. It's going to make you stand out over somebody who doesn't have that experience. It's just going to add a little bit more time to your learning, because those just have a little bit harder of a learning curve because they're a little bit more advanced. So like Angular or React. Although React is pretty easy to pick up. It's not going to take you too long to pick it up. So as long as you have that like baseline of JavaScript there, like you have a good basic understanding of JavaScript, React won't take you too long to pick up. What sort of stack do you work with, Aaron? How long did it take you to get comfortable with it all? So when I'm at work, it's React with TypeScript and MobX for the front end. There are some different backend systems that I don't have to interact with personally. So I interact with them via API, so I don't need to mess around with that code base really. And then we have some Node for some data work, like Node.js, which is which I have messed around with a little bit. And that's the main stack at work. And then previously, I've worked in React Redux front-end app that's wrapped inside of a Ruby on Rails app, which was a nightmare. And then personally, on personal projects, I typically do React Redux and a separate Rails backend API. Vue is even easier. Yes, Vue is easier than learning React. That's correct. But I just don't know that it helps you get a job as well as React does. There's just far entirely more React out there than Vue. And you have to remember too, guys, you have to think about it this way. The job market, the way the job market is there are 3 levels. There's junior, mid, and senior level developers. And at the bottom, at the junior level, which is where you guys are going to be right now, there are a lot of people who are juniors. There's bootcamp graduates, there's college graduates, and there's self-taught people. You have to differentiate yourself from those people. So what do you have that's over a college graduate? Well, you have the passion to go out and do this on your own. You weren't paying a bunch of money to a university and having school times and having your parents involved or whatever it was. You went out and you learned this on your own. Also, most college programs are much more theoretical in their aspects, but they do typically have some sort of practical aspect to them too. But you will probably have a lot more practical experience building applications, building web applications, building websites as a self-taught developer than somebody who comes out of a 4-year program. And that's what your advantage is. So you need to speak to that stuff, and you need to be able to have the skills that they maybe don't. Do they have React skills coming out of uni? Probably not. Probably not, because it's not a theoretical thing. Can I use Laravel and React in some projects? Yeah, you can use Laravel. You can stuff React inside of a PHP application for the front end layer. I'm pretty positive. As far as jobs go, it's pretty difficult to get a job here in Texas. A lot of jobs are wanting you to have 3 to 5 years of experience plus a bachelor's degree. Do you encourage to still apply? Absolutely. Yeah, dude, if it says 3 years, that's fine. Apply anyway. Because there aren't that many people who have 3 to 5 years of experience with like web development. There's a lot less people in that mid-tier, in that senior tier level, right? Big base layer, smaller mid, smaller higher tier. So what that means is that there's going to be a lot of places that want a mid-level developer that can't find it. They can't find the right fit. But maybe you're the right fit, you just don't have the experience. They'll train you to get there. And that's important. As a junior, you still have value. And if they can't find somebody who fits the role at the experience level that they want, maybe they can find somebody who fits the role at a little bit less of an experience level, who they can train the exact way they want to have developed the way they want. What type of stuff do you need to know with JavaScript? Is it just selecting different elements from HTML and manipulating them? That's a good start. Also knowing how to manipulate data and like retrieve data from a backend system. So there's the DOM. JavaScript is doing 2 main things when it comes to front-end apps, and that's interaction with the DOM, user interaction, and user interaction, and then also providing the view layer with the data from the data layer. So you're going to be able to go get data from a backend API. You're going to need to manipulate that data sometimes or sort that data sometimes, and then you're going to need to display that data. So those are the 2 most important things that you can learn how to do with JavaScript. And the way that most data manipulation and stuff like that happens is via like array iterators and object iterators and setting states and displaying it on the screen. So yeah, most job ads are written by HR, and they're a wish list. They're not hard requirements. This is a wish list. So 3 to 5 years is a wish. A bachelor's degree is a wish. Have you tried Mern? Not sure if anyone asked it. No, so I've used all of the bits and pieces of the Mern stack independently, but I've never made one app. I've never personally made a Mern stack app by myself. What's your thoughts on bitdegree.c? I don't know what that is. Bitdegree. Is this like a learn to earn, free online courses, get the knowledge, get your dream job, master PHP development together with Bit Degree, hundreds of free courses for everyone. Interesting. Gamified programming, crypto and blockchain marketing. Huh. Interesting. I've never heard of this Bit Degree place. I have to do some more research into it. Nazaire, I have to do some more research into it. React is awesome, especially React Router. However, sometimes it gets complicated. Yeah, it can get complicated really quickly, especially with when you start adding stuff like Redux into it, state management. Redux is a bit of a bear. Do you think PHP is still relevant, especially with Node.js and Python? Yeah, it's still relevant. There's still a ton of jobs in it. WordPress is written in PHP. WordPress is like half the internet, so it's still going to have some use, right? PHP is still really useful to know. Besides HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and frameworks, what skills are expected from a junior dev to be job ready? Gulp, Babel, etc. So I would say that before like Gulp and Babel, a big thing would be GitHub. Knowing GitHub is going to be huge. Version control is huge when it comes to like making production apps and at scale and enterprise level apps. Super duper important. Gulp and Babel are cool. Webpack is like a cool skill to have, but a lot of those things are like already taken care of for you when it comes to like these kind of jobs. You know, you're not setting up Gulp, you're not setting up Babel, you're not setting up Webpack for most of these places, which is fine. So it's nice to have and it's nice to be able to speak to, but it's not necessarily going to be a deterrent. But I would say GitHub is probably the next biggest thing. Having a sense of version control and what it means for version control and like a system of version control is important when it comes to getting a job. I was going to school for web development this September. It will be a 1-year diploma program. Would you recommend going the self-taught route or entering the school? I think whatever you think is going to be able to make you successful quicker. Or not quicker, whatever's going to like give you the most, whatever's going to be the way that you're going to have success the most easy. For me, I went to a boot camp because I know that if I would have tried to do self-taught, it would have either taken me 5 years to get it done, or I would have never have done it because I didn't have accountability there to actually become what I wanted to become. But having a teacher there every day and plopping down a bunch of money and, having my wife know that I needed to go to class every day, all of that stuff, like that accountability really helped me make it to where I am today. So I decided to go to a boot camp, and I paid a lot of money to go to a boot camp. Do I regret it? No, because I know that I probably would have never have gotten to where I am today if I would have just tried to be self-taught. So if you're one of those people, if you're like me, where you don't have the ability to stay accountable to yourself as easily as somebody else, or it will take too long and you want to have your goals met sooner, then I would say the diploma program is fine, as long as it's a good one, as long as it's teaching you the right thing. But you can absolutely do it on your own as well. Let's see, CIW, UK-based, and teaching courses would point you at CIW. I don't know what CIW is, to be honest with you. CIW certifications, the world premier vendor neutral IT and web technology education and certification program. Well, isn't that a mouthful? Let me see what this about. My internet is super slow. Do I have a Twitter? Introvert thinks, yes, I do. It's right here. My Twitter is @937Aaron. That be me. Okay, so it looks like either my internet is very bad right now or CIW's website is down. I don't know which one it is. It's fine to watch, say, an Ajax course on Treehouse, and after learning the basics, put it on my resume without having a lot of experience with it. Your thoughts? If you can't do it without hand holding, which doesn't mean like if you can't make an Ajax request on your own, I'm trying to think of how to say this because there's kind of a bit of two different answers to this, right? You should be able to do it on your own and have it work. And by on your own, I mean you could use like a little bit of Google help, like to remember syntax, but you should be able to explain it in pseudocode to somebody for it to work. And that work. God, that doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. So if you're going to put a skill on a resume, right? If you don't remember the perfect, like the exact syntax for it, that's okay. But you should be able to explain how it should work. So as an example, if you're wanting to make a GET request to something, you should be able to explain that, like, to make a GET request, you need to put the method of post and you need to add in a header that'll say this if the API requires it, and you need a body that has the body request in it. You need to wrap it up. If you're doing promises, you need to have it as an async and await, like all of those things. You should be able to explain it. And if you can't do that, then I wouldn't necessarily put it on your resume, because then if somebody calls you out for it, if somebody says, hey, Akash, Ajax, explain it to me, and it's on your resume because you watched one course on Treehouse, like you watched one video on Treehouse for it, you might get called out. No problem, Coder. Almost every job posting in my area wants you to have Git and Agile methodologies knowledge. Yeah, the thing about Agile method, in a lot of job postings have that on there, and it's fine to do some research on it. If you haven't worked in Agile, everybody does Agile. Like, everybody's got their own little flavor of Agile. So really, you should do some research. You should understand it probably if they're asking for it on a job posting. But like, everybody does it so different from one another, or slightly different, or they stick to these parts of Agile, but they don't stick to these parts of Agile, that it's really different depending upon where you go. What is up, Wardy? Learning JS, but the course is in ES5. Is that a problem? If so, how to learn ES6? I mean, you can go ahead and learn it ES5, right? There's no problem with that. But I would also learn ES6 stuff. Wes Boss has a free course, JavaScript 30. It's all in ES6. Go check out. There's plenty of ES6 videos on like YouTube for free about the differences, for sure. There's nothing wrong with learning ES5 syntax, and like 90% of the principles in ES5 hold true in ES6. You know what I mean? So there's no real... Oh wow, the CIW site finally loaded. They make it fake looks like you've watched part of their videos. That's funny. Web basic internet skills. Oh, they have like a web and mobile design series, development series, security series. Yeah, I don't know much about CIW, but I can try to do some more research. They look way more professional than most coding boot camps do. So, but yeah, ES5. 90% of the things hold true. It's the 10% that changes. It's slight syntax errors and a little bit different about the way things function. But yeah, JavaScript 30 by Wes Boss is a really good ES6 course or JavaScript course that's all in ES6 that's completely free. So I would check that out. Larry, about to go get some tacos and get today started. Yes, sir. I will hit you back. I promise. It's a blockchain-based learning platform for developers. Who's there? That's the Bit degree. I'll have to check it out. Lots of people here take loans for boot camps. Have you paid your loan off already? Very close. Very, very close. Have a good day, Larry. What is up, Marios? You're a little late. We've been going for about an hour. No problem, Akash. No problem. Loud and out. What is up, man? Yes, sir. Keeping it crispy or not crispy on the lips. How is it going, Loud and out? I haven't seen you in a live stream, I don't think, ever. Is this your first live stream you've come to? Which skills in web development is best for freelancing? This is going to sound funny, Abdul, but the best skill that you can have to be a freelancer in web development is honestly like salesmanship, being able to sell people on your skills as a freelancer. You don't even really, honestly, go watch the Dreaded Dev's videos on freelancing. Go check the Dreaded Dev out and his videos on freelancing. You don't even need to know code to be able to be a freelance web developer, because most of the websites that people want, most of the websites that you're going to be building as a freelancer have already been made. There are already themes out there for them, or there's already templates out there for them. It's just a matter of branding it to that particular person. So you really just need to be a good salesperson. Right now I'm a pre-pharmacy student, but I don't think I will be pursuing anymore. Coding was always a hobby, so the only language I know is HTML and CSS. I want to be a self-taught developer. Do you think 1 year of self-study on other languages would make me qualified for a job? Many of my CS friends said that I am going to have a hard time since I live in New York City with no degrees. Introvert thinks, let me tell you that, well, a year is plenty of time of self-study. There are people who on here, like Chris Sean and the Dreaded Dev, who got jobs in this industry with less than a year of self-study time for their first job. As far as NYC, the bootcamp is awesome. I pay if you. Okay, so as far as NYC goes, I don't know much about the NYC market. I'm assuming it is pretty competitive because it's a big city, and so you might have a little bit harder of a time not having a degree. But if you have projects, if you can get some projects, some self-built projects, and they're awesome, and you can speak to them, and you can write cover letters, and you can get your projects in front of people's eyes who are in power to get jobs, then I think you'll be okay. Where there's a will, there's a way, and you absolutely don't need a degree to be successful in this. You don't need to have a degree to get a job in Silicon Valley. There are plenty of people who don't have degrees in this who work out there. So, been going for an hour now. Look at that. Let's see. What bootcamp are you attending, Angel? That's pretty cool. Abdul, it depends on what type of work you want to do. Yeah, if you want to be like the basic like freelance, like if you want to be like the basic freelance web developer, you're making websites for like local businesses and stuff like that. And by basic, I don't mean that in like a bad way. I mean like basic, like that's kind of what most people think of when they think of freelance web developer. Like you get clients who are like small, like local institutions, or maybe some like medium sized, like you get a car dealership up the road or a coffee shop up the road or whatever. You really don't need to be able to like write a lot of code. You just need to be able to convince them that they need a new website, and you're the person who can build it for them. So I had a meeting with my team for web development projects for my college, trying to help them with PHP. That's what's up, Marius. That's awesome. I'm glad you could make it too, Loud and Out. I'm glad you are here to troll me about chapstick in the chat. Anytime, Abdul. What is up? Natalia. Did I say that right, Natalia? Hello from Russia. Hello from America. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? So I think I'm going to be wrapping it up right about now. It's 2 o'clock here. I need to get some things done for the day. I need to get some cleaning done. It's Sunday. Sunday is cleaning day. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope the stuff that I said about Vue makes sense. If you missed when I talked about Vue, obviously this will be up and running forever, so you can scroll back and see what I had to say. Yeah, that's really cool, Angel. Application process opens in July. 2 classes in full stack web development, Android and iOS. That's awesome. So to do freelancing work or local? What do you mean? Also, Richard, I read that as see you soon soulmate. And if I was really sad when I realized you didn't call me your soulmate. Abdul, there's nothing wrong with doing freelance or local freelance work. Or I don't exactly know what you're asking, my man. asking for Drupal as CMS experience. Is this the norm or more of where I live? So it could be the norm where you live if they're more of a Drupal area than a WordPress area. If you know WordPress, then you can learn Drupal fairly easily, or Craft. Craft is another CMS that's pretty popular out there. It kind of depends on how you're searching for your job too, right? Web developer, the search term web developer means something that's a little bit more wide ranging than if you searched front end developer or JavaScript developer. So web developer is going to be like if you work in WordPress, you're definitely a web developer. And you're probably a front end developer too, but in my mind, front end developer is more closely tied to somebody who works on like front end web apps, which would not be a WordPress or Drupal developer, right? So maybe try changing up the search terms a little bit and see if that provides something a little bit less CMS-y. But yeah. So the best option really is what you can get, what you like more, Abdul. Freelancing is not for everybody because not everybody has the motivation to go out there and do the work to get clients, stuff like that. Not everybody likes to deal with clients, but if you're the type of person who likes to deal with people, if you like to hustle, if you like to try to go out there and like get that money, right? Freelancing is a perfectly great opportunity, and it gives you a little bit of a different lifestyle. You can work when you want, when you don't want to work. You don't necessarily have to, as long as your clients are happy. Getting a job for local companies is fine too. It's how I've always worked. I like it. I like working for smallish companies, not like giant corporate overlords, where I still feel like I can have like a bit of an impact on the business and a bit of like I can see my work directly impact things. I really enjoy that, but it depends on what you like more. I think I would like freelancing as well. I just haven't got out there and tried it with any kind of seriousness. So yeah. Richard, we can be soulmates. You're welcome, introvert. Thank you. Thank you. Try to make a bootleg Facebook so I can become a billionaire, maybe. Absolutely, loud and out. Where can I find project ideas for web dev? Most projects I see are calculators or to-do lists, but I want something more challenging. Yeah. So I forget what the exact search term is, but there's an article on Medium, and I can't remember it right now. But it's like 10 apps to build for front-end web developer that aren't to-do lists. But actually, Wardy, fun fact: this week, on either Tuesday or Thursday, I am going to be making a video with project ideas. It's a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. So keep an eye out on my channel and I'll have a video for exactly what you're asking about. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you very soon. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and I will see you guys again very soon. I'll be back Wednesday at 5 o'clock like always. So that'll be the next stream. I should have a video up probably Tuesday. It probably won't be Monday. I'll probably have the video up Tuesday, and then hopefully I'll have another video later in the week as well. But if you guys haven't already, hit that like button because they're super awesome and they make me smile, as always. If you haven't hit the subscribe button or if you haven't hit the little bell, do that so you can come to these live streams more often. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.